Hey you guys, how are you? This has probably been one of the most weird days I've seen in quite a while. Um, and also I was supposed to do a video with Borak today, but we didn't catch up with each other, so we didn't really confirm it. So and we were going to do the silver and gold miners video. So we were waiting to somehow get that done, hopefully soon. Again, I love to be a part with Borak and his views on the markets. But again, back to this video today here. I'm just gonna spend 5-10 minutes just trying to open my views for today. It was very strange. Gold held its ground, silver down 1.5%. Whatever. I mean, that is nothing basically. Still overall doing fine, holding its ground. But Bitcoin taking a funky dump here. Again, I do believe this is way overdone to the downside. We're going to see that bounce. We have some trend lines here, that could, again, we could catch a bid here, roughly where we are today. If not, again, we're going to have a major flush before we see the bottom, but Bitcoin down 4%. Again, Bitcoin liquidity. I think, again, liquidity could be a topic. Coming up shortly, if you don't see, again, I'm having a hard time progressing what today's were, so let's go through some of the charts. One, very important, very important, the gold to silver ratio. Again, we've done it multiple times here. You can see here, this is again the level where we want to get below. For now, we're still holding, and we're actually lurking out here from this double channel, or this railed channel here, peaking above. And remember, like, when this thing goes higher, that is lack of liquidity on various time frames. In this case, we are only, at least for now, looking at the 2-hourly. But yeah, very funky day, to be honest. We are also going to look at the ETFs. Again, it started off really great. We're gonna do the uranium first. Again, started off really great here. Again, we even talked about, hey, this is again a very nice low with that whole wedge internal here breaking to the upside yesterday. I loved the price action yesterday. Opened at the highs. Right, you can see here we basically came into that level, and then we just sold off the entire day. The entire day we just sold off. No bid, basically. No bid. We saw the same also on the gold miners. They're still looking okay-ish. I mean, short term, again, whatever, but again, just a funky day. I want to show you also here, volume is not high, but we had a major down day. And tomorrow it is options expiry day. A lot of funky stuff is happening. The deal, the banks, they don't want to lose money. They can often just do whatever they want to when it comes to the market. So they are driving the price to where they lose the least amount of money when the options are expiring. So funky day here for the GDX as well. We are also going to quickly look into URNJ. Again, we no volume basically compared to, look at the volume here compared to the drop. I don't know how to put my words on that. Again, I have planned some stock that I wanted to show you yesterday for today here, but that video kind of got ruined, I will say, because of today's strange price action. Good, let's just have a quick look here on Nvidia. Ooh, right, that's a lot of volume. They had good earnings. They basically had a very big spill. Very big spill here all the way down. Highest volume in quite a while here, half a year. And yeah, Nvidia. You can also note here on the volume side of it, momentum, we can't really, if we lose this one here, Nvidia again could go down sharply, right? You can see that here as well. Could come down sharply. So this neckline, remember Nvidia, what is it, 5 trillion? 5 trillion or 4, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just a humongous number. If this one starts to correct initially, right, that will definitely have it will leave a dent into all markets basically, because it's so much money. Um, and people have to cover their positions. They might, they have to sell stuff. They have to get liquidity again. Liquidity again is it could be a big word here. Um, so basically, Nvidia basically dragged down the entire day. Just sell, 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 sell all the way down here. That was momentum. We can do it on the price as well here. Sell. Just one big selling day. And again, tomorrow we have options expiry. Typically, that's after the close, or is it before the open? I don't know, to be honest, when it is. But we shall see here how the week is closing for these stocks here. And also here, while talking, about tech, we just talked about, Nvidia. Look at the day here, just complete sell-off there. Again, Nvidia, of course, dragged everything down with that whole day. And also note here the volume, extremely high volume. That can be a good thing. Of course, again, we have just this early into the move down, we're seeing a big volume candle. Often end of moves you see a big volume spike, and that is potentially close to the lows. Again, you can see it here, you can see it there as well. So once we start to get these lows here, you can see we are actually hitting some lows, right? So we've had a big candle. So either this is once again where we have basically had that kind of flush daily candle, and tomorrow expiry day is over, we start to grind higher again. Again, we will not close above there tomorrow. That would be quite extreme. Or this is the start of something major if we start to lose these levels here. Right. You can see here momentum already has been breaking down here. It did that, last week. So breakdown backtest now. That is also very interesting here. Still above the zero, so we're still, long-term bullish. We don't crash from the highs. The crash typically comes once we start to trade below. Then do some formation, then you see a bigger crash, like over here. This is devastating, right? You can see here we're trading below, and you can see your price just comes down. So also here platinum. Again, remember long term we don't really have an issue with platinum. Short term, you can see we start to come to a point here momentum wise. Momentum daily long term. We can't really lose much more ground than where we are today. Otherwise we might get to a full reset in momentum. Which will mean we will underperform the 200-day. And you can see here as well, by the way, the 200-day is coming up nicely, right? So we will just underperform and close the gap, basically. Uptrend is still intact on platinum, so we're still somewhat happy with the views. Even though we're looking below here today on the daily, you can see that, again, we were dragged down as well. So what I'm trying to say here, again, this is not, your typical video from my side. This was a very weird day, and I don't know exactly what to make of it, to be honest. Bitcoin here, the dollar is also trying to break into like a 6 months high roughly, or five months or whatever, which of course again will put a little bit of a strain on the markets. A stronger dollar, typically again you have less liquidity. So yeah, I think for now the option expiry tomorrow is the cause of this whole thing here. We shall see, and I will leave you with the VIX. We don't often look at the VIX, but you can see we are trying to curl. Whoops, excuse me. We are trying to curl here, and we had a spike today in the VIX, right? A spike here. So again, we could have a moment where we spike heavily again here in the VIX, which will mean further downside. Basically, it's almost always further downside. So yes, overall today, very weird price action. Typically you see that at the end of potential moves. So yeah, I will sleep very strange tonight, I guess, thinking about what this could mean. but we have had in the past funky stuff going on leading up to the option expiry. Before I let you go here, again, I've planned two videos, but I'm not going to do them today. I will do them over the weekend, depending on, I will do them over the weekend, but I want to see what tomorrow brings, basically. I will leave it here with Bitcoin. Again, why do we talk so much about Bitcoin lately? Because Bitcoin is, you know, is it like $1 trillion market cap? Or something like that. At least the overall crypto market is kind of big, you know, like 2-3 trillion. So when this thing goes down, right, that is a lot of money getting lost or sold, you can call it whatever. And that, again, we talked about it over here, that could spill over into other markets. Again, liquidity. Bitcoin is liquidity. But you can see here the big breakout point here, that tiny little bull flag, which we also mentioned back in the day. We are back there again. Again, I'm not saying that is, but we should see some support here. Again, you can see the volume increasing also. There should be support right around the corner for Bitcoin. If not, there is a lot of bad things happening liquidity wise. So have an amazing day, guys. Not a typical video from my side, of course, but again, just me trying to open my views. So have a great day, and let me know in the comments below. I think it's important because, again, I can't find out what the bleep was going on today. Very weird. What is your view? What is your explanation? What do you think, and why do you think this happened? Right? Why do you think this happened today? Is it just because the Nvidia dragged it down, or yeah? Let me know, guys. Have an amazing day overall. Cheers. Bye.